Hello, I'm Elizabeth Stinson. Welcome to the most wonderful time of the year on the cul-de-sac. Thanksgiving straight into Christmas, the kitchen is certainly not lonely this time of year. Today, we are pulling out all the stops, cul-de-sac woman style, to prepare an original, delicious, elegant holiday seafood entree. Step inside and see how easily you can prepare your own holiday masterpiece this season. Welcome to my busy holiday kitchen. Who needs them all? There's plenty of hustle and bustle going on right here. We are preparing oven-to-table holiday seafood supreme. The holidays are a great time of year to splurge a little on seafood because of the fantastic sales. Lobster tails are typically being sold 2 for the price of 1. Our holiday seafood supreme will grace your family holiday tables, and it makes a beautiful buffet item. It is also from my private chef meals repertoire, a complete meal containing lean protein, vegetable, whole grain, choosing and using cheeses wisely, and absolutely delicious. As with most of my oven-to-table private chef meals, we are making a double batch. Each batch serves 6 to 8 people. We are going to freeze one for later and enjoy the other one this evening. Let's get started. We're going to start building our delicious flavor right away, beginning with our thickening, tomato onion roux. In my large 8-quart pot, I have 2 pats of melted butter, to which I am adding a puree of 1 medium yellow onion, 3 cloves of garlic, and 1/3 cup of canola oil that I pureed in my food processor. On top of that, I am adding 1 6-ounce can of tomato paste. Scoop all that out in there. It's very thick. And last, we can't have a roux without flour, 1/3 cup white whole wheat flour. I am warming up our tomato onion roux over a medium heat, and then I will cook and stir it continuously over the medium heat for about 2 to 3 minutes, being careful not to let it burn or stick too much to the bottom of the pot. If you need to lower your heat a little, that's fine. Now, we're going to whisk in 1 32-ounce carton of vegetable broth. Some of the roux does stick to the bottom of the pot, and that's fine, as long as you control your heat enough so that it doesn't burn. Smooth it out with our whisk. 1 32-ounce carton of vegetable broth. And then to that, we're going to whisk in 1 13.5-ounce can of light coconut milk. The coconut milk really just pulls it all together. It gives it a smooth, rich flavor and texture. Okay, everything's well combined and our sauce is nice and smooth. I'm now going to add 2 16-ounce bags of frozen bay scallops. Bay scallops, not sea scallops. They work a lot nicer in this and are less than half the price of sea scallops. Along with our scallops, we're going to add 1 8-ounce bag of a 30 to 40 minute quick cooking wild rice. Now, I typically only like to use ingredients that are readily available to you. And I could not find quick cooking wild rice in my grocery stores. I knew there was such a thing. And I considered a substitute, another rice or grain, but there's really no substitute for wild rice in this dish. So, Bill, my purchasing agent through marriage, had it here for me overnight. Now, you may be able to find quick cooking wild rice in your local grocery stores, but again, make sure it is a 30 to 40 minute quick cooking wild rice, not a super instantized 5-minute one. The non-quick cooking, just the regular wild rice, takes up to a good hour, an hour and 15 minutes to cook. And it would simply be underdone, very crunchy in our finished dish here. Wild rice itself, though, it's not a soft and fluffy rice. It has kind of a popcorny texture and an earthy, nutty flavor. I love it. Okay, I'm turning my temperature to a medium-high heat. We're going to bring it all up to just barely a boil, a quick boil. Then I'll reduce the heat to medium and simmer for 10 to 12 minutes until the scallops are cooked through. Stirring occasionally, especially at the beginning, to ensure that the rice is not sticking to the bottom of the pot. I'm going to partially cover mine to get up to that barely boiling stage a little sooner. Okay, we just got it to come up to a quick boil while partially covered and stirring occasionally. I'm going to reduce the temperature to like a low medium and allow it to simmer for about 10 minutes until the scallops are cooked through, because they were frozen raw when we added them. While our scallops are finishing up simmering back there, it's a good time for us to make up our nice buttery lemony topping. In this bowl, I have 1½ cups of whole wheat seasoned breadcrumbs. To that, I'm going to add 4 tablespoons of melted butter. Then the zest of 1 whole lemon. When you're done zesting, save your lemon because we're going to use it in our sauce later. Now just combine your 1½ cups of breadcrumb, your 4 tablespoons of melted butter, and your zest of 1 lemon well in the bowl. I might even have to get in there with my fingers a little bit. You want the butter evenly distributed throughout. And then we'll just cover it and set it aside for the end. Okay, topping is made. We're ready to move on with our sauce and scallops. We're going to add the juice of that 1 lemon we saved out to our sauce and scallops directly into the pan. Then we're going to add 1½ teaspoons of dried tarragon, a perfect accompaniment with seafood. Level it out. You don't want to go overboard. One cup of fresh grated Parmigiano Reggiano. If you can't get it fresh grated in your grocery store, about a 5 to 6 ounce block will yield 1 cup. I really just fine chop mine in my food processor with the blade attachment. Last, just a little bit of black pepper. Stir that all together. Let's see. Smooth, delicious sauce tarragon. It's perfect for seafood. Now we're dividing our sauce, scallop, wild rice mixture between our 2 pans. Using a ladle, just go back and forth until you have it evenly divided between your 2 batches. It doesn't have to be exact. Now we're going to stir in 1 9-ounce package of frozen asparagus cuts into each pan. And they're still frozen. The seafood, wild rice, and asparagus are just a beautiful combination together. Next, it just keeps getting better and better. We're now going to add 1 16-ounce bag of frozen cooked shrimp, tail off. I'm using a 91-110, which means there's 91 to 110 shrimp per pound. So these are small, which is what you want for this entree. And I'm stirring them in frozen just like I did for the asparagus. Still frozen. Just stir them in well. Time for the lobster. I purchased 6 uncooked 3.75 ounce frozen lobster tails, 2 for the price of 1. Fresh cooked lobster meat has a very short shelf life, so I waited until this morning to steam them up until they were done. They'll turn red and start to curl. And then I individually wrapped them in foil and stored them in the refrigerator. Not for more than 24 hours, but I did wait until this morning. Now I'm going to cut down the underside of the tails, open it up, and then just pull out the meat. I'm cutting the lobster meat into about 1/2 inch bite-sized pieces. The 6 lobster tails yielded almost 2 full cups of lobster meat. What I'm going to do, rather than mix it in, I'm going to strategically place the lobster meat evenly over the tops of both batches. I'm just eyeballing it, dividing it up between the two. And then what I'm going to do is, with my spoon, I'm just going to press it down into the entree so that everybody enjoys some lobster meat with their serving. Now for a lemony, buttery topping. Just sprinkle an even layer over the top of each entree. We're going to bake up one for our tree trimming party this evening. 375 degrees Fahrenheit for 30 minutes until it's hot, golden, and bubbling. The other one is going into the freezer. It is going to be a gift for a special family next week. What I'll do is I'll transfer it from the freezer to the refrigerator the night before. And since it will still be a little on the frozen side, I will heat it in a 425 degree Fahrenheit oven for a good 45 minutes to an hour until it's hot, golden, and bubbling. And then we'll dash it over to our friend's house. Here it is, oven to table, holiday seafood supreme. Made by us, ready to enjoy. I will crown our holiday buffet with it now, the center attraction. Can I help you finish up with the tree?
Sure. Of course, sure. Come on over.
See you next time in the cul-de-sac.